math students. Today we are working on lesson 710, solving multi-step fraction number stories. Students solve multi-step number stories involving fractions. Right, okay, so far on the Google form you should have done the warm-up and the math message. We will go over the warm-up and the math message quickly here. All right, so on the first one, you have 2 and 1/3 and 2 and 1/3. That would be 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3, and 2 plus 2 is 4, so it's 4 and 2/3. And then the next one you were asked is 3.5 plus 3.5, and you could have added 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 2 2s or 2 seconds, and then 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 2s is 1, plus the 5 equals 6. All right, the next one, number 3, 4 and 7/10 plus 3 and 8/10. 7 plus 8 is 15/10. 4 plus 3 is 7. 15/10 can be changed. Right now it's an improper fraction, so 10 goes into 15 one time, and I will add that 1 to the 7, so I will have 8. And there are 5 left over here, so that is 8 and 5/10. Number 4, you originally had 4 and 7/10 plus 3 and 40/100. What I did here was I crossed this out because I wanted to have another equivalent fraction that had 100 as a denominator, because this has 100 as a denominator down here, 40/100. So they have to have the same denominator. So if I times 7 times 10, I get 70. And if I times 10 times 10, I get 100. So 70/100 is the same as 7/10. So now I can add 70/100 to 40/100. 70/100 plus 40/100 is 110/100. And 4 plus 3 is 7. So that would be 110 over 107. This here is an improper fraction because it has a numerator that is greater than the denominator. I can divide 110 by 100, and that is 1, and give that 1 over to the 7 and make it 8. And then I would have 10 left, so I'd have 8 and 10/100. Okay, your math message. Look at the table below and see what the fastest way is to burn 100 calories. Let's see. According to the table, let's see. I see that the smallest fraction of time is 1/10. So 1/10 of an hour is the smallest fraction according to the table that is on your Google form. So 1/10 of an hour. Well, what is 1/10 of an hour in minutes and seconds? Because that's what they asked us, right? This is basically a division problem because you want to know what 1/10 is. So you want to split up an hour into 10 parts, right, to see what 1/10 of it is. Well, how many minutes are there total in an hour? Well, we know that there are 60. So if we divide 60 by 10, we get 6 minutes, right? Because I want to know, I wanted to divide 60 into 10 parts, and then I will know how much is in 1/10. So 1/10 is 6 minutes because 10 times 6 is 60. Okay, so 6 minutes that we can burn 100 calories. What was it? The 1/10 of an hour was for, what was it called? Just running the stairs, 1/10. Okay, so how many seconds is that? Well, we could divide that, the number of seconds in an hour, into 10 parts to find out 1/10 is. So I know that there are 60 minutes in an hour and there are 60 seconds in every minute. So if I times 60 times 60, I get the number of seconds. That would be 6 times 6 is 36, plus the 2 zeros is 3,600 seconds. So 3,600 seconds divided by 10 is 360, right? Because you can see that 1 times 36 is 36 plus the 2 zeros. Okay, so that gives us it's basically a division problem. So for example, if we looked at downhill skiing is 1/6, right, of an hour. Well, we could figure that one out pretty easily as well. We would just say to ourselves, well, let's do this. We want to say, well, how we want to divide the hour into 6 parts. So we know that there's 60 minutes in an hour. We divided that by 6. We would get 10. So 10 minutes for 1/6 of an hour. This one is for the 1/6 is if it were, this is like downhill skiing. So 1/6 of an hour. Now there's 300. We know that how would we figure that in seconds? 1600 divided by 6 is equal to what? Well, 6 times 6 is 3600 seconds. So that would be 1/6 of an hour. All right, so what are you going to do right now? There are 2 more questions that I would like you to do on your Google form. Give those a try, and then there'll be another video to discuss that and your assignment. So do those right now. Bye for now.